Civic Media News. I'm Terry Bell. Here's what Wisconsin needs to know. At least 65 people in 9 states are sick after eating eggs infected with salmonella. Public health and agriculture officials have traced the source to an egg farm in Wisconsin. The eggs were distributed to Wisconsin, Illinois, and Michigan under labels like Milo's Poultry Farms or Tony's Fresh Market. They've since been recalled. Authorities in Two Rivers are investigating the remains of a human skeleton. They're not confirming or denying that it could be Elijah Vu. The 3-year-old boy has been missing since February. The sheriff's office says a deer hunter found the remains. The sheriff says he cannot provide specific information about details for now. A man is charged in the shooting death of UW-Whitewater student-athlete Kara Welsh. Chad Edwards of Loves Park, Illinois, made his initial court appearance Friday. He's charged with first-degree homicide. It would take $1 million to bail him out of the Walworth County Jail. Donald Trump has denied knowing much about Project 2025, but he embraced one of its key provisions at a Saturday rally in Mosinee.
We will ultimately eliminate the federal Department of Education and send education back to Wisconsin and back to the state.
Project 2025 is a sweeping action plan for the next Republican president to overhaul the government. Last week in Wisconsin, Education Secretary Miguel Cardona warned public schools are under attack. Democrats are literally going to new heights to warn about the Heritage Foundation's Project 2025. Airplanes pulled banners over college football games here in Wisconsin and in other key swing states this weekend. Donald Trump denies having a direct connection to Project 2025, but he has embraced some of its key ideas. A new study finds people in rural Wisconsin feel better about drinking raw milk than people in cities or suburbs. Sean Patterson led the study for the University of Pennsylvania.
Pasteurization doesn't change the nutritional value of milk. It doesn't significantly change the taste of milk. And so the risks really don't outweigh any of the benefits.
Untreated milk has been linked to illness outbreaks. I'm Terry Bell, Civic Media News. Here's what you need to know closer to home.
For WRCE News, I'm Joanne Krulotz. Venture Architects' findings of their evaluations of the Richland campus included looking at each building separately. We already looked at 3 of those buildings, the Arts and Fine Education Building, the library, and the building which hosts the Wallace Student Center and Coppertop Theater. When examining the Science Building on campus, which was renovated, they found materials in the original structure were partially upgraded. Mechanical equipment as part of the renovation is nearing end of life. The exterior brick is in need of tuck pointing, and future building uses are constrained by the addition and renovation work. Kyle Knoth is with Venture Architects.
Any future use for that building is really constrained by the lab portion of that building. So if there was a need for another lab, classroom type use, that's perfect.
The cost of renewal for the science building is estimated at nearly $441,000. The replacement cost is an estimated $9.2 million. The feasibility study of the UW-Richland campus by Venture Architects found the addition on Melville Hall is still functional. However, there are some accessibility problems for the restrooms. Kyle Knoth added that the office spaces are too small to be used for that purpose today. Any sort of reuse would require significant floor plan modifications.
Any kind of offices work in the original part of Melville Hall, it would require really almost gutting out that entire donut of walls and trying to reconfigure that to probably a single corridor with offices on one side. The other part with that that's kind of odd was the courtyard that's in the middle. At the time, the design probably fantastic. It's now become a bit of a liability for the building.
The renewal cost for Melville Hall is an estimated $739,000, with a replacement cost estimate of $7.95 million. Boosted by strong scores in metrics measuring public service and an improved score in social mobility, the University of Wisconsin-Madison is ranked first among national public universities and 12th overall in Washington Monthly's 2024 College Guide and Rankings. Last year, UW was ranked second among national public universities and 11th overall in rankings. Washington Monthly says it rates schools based on what they do for the country. The rankings are based on a school's contribution to the public good in 3 categories: social mobility, research, and providing opportunities for public service. UW-Madison ranks 7th in public service, 42nd overall for social mobility. UW-Madison also ranked 12th in the Midwest, up from 21st last year. In Washington, Monthly's Best Bang for Your Buck rankings, a list of schools ranked based on how well they help non-wealthy students attain marketable degrees at affordable prices. The Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources encourages the public to report when and where they see frogs, salamanders, lizards, or snakes, known collectively as herptiles, crossing the road during the late summer and early fall. As the end of summer approaches and brings cooler temperatures, herptiles will soon begin crossing roads as they migrate from breeding and summer foraging locations to hibernation areas. Snakes and lizards in particular may see a stretch of gravel or pavement as an opportunity to gain warmth on the heated pavement, putting themselves in danger of being hit by vehicles in the process. Over half of Wisconsin's reptiles are endangered, threatened, or of special concern. A special concern species means their population is declining and in need of conservation action. Learn more about the herptiles of Wisconsin on the DNR's Reptile and Amphibian webpage. And that's what you need to know. I'm Joanne Krulotz.
The Brewers get set to head west. Hi, I'm Jimmy Kuska with sports, filling in for Mike Clemens. After dropping 2 of 3 games to the Rockies and having won just twice in the past 7 games, manager Pat Murphy said that it was a tough homestand for his team.
It was a tough homestand, and we've had games like this. If you looked at the St. Louis series, we had games just like this where once something didn't go our way, we didn't produce right. We didn't fight back right after that.
Milwaukee will set out on a 6-game road trip out west beginning tomorrow in San Francisco. They'll play Arizona this weekend. The Brewers are still 9 games up in the NL Central with 19 games to play. On Sunday, it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Indianapolis Colts as each team seeks its first victory. For the Packers, they will be without Jordan Love, who is expected to miss at least 3 weeks with an MCL sprain. Malik Willis, who the Packers traded for in the preseason, will start this week's game. The Athletic reports that Green Bay has reached out to free agent quarterback Ryan Tannehill as well. On Saturday, 2-0 Wisconsin Badgers football will take on Alabama. That game will kick off at 11 a.m. Filling in for Mike Clemens, I'm Jimmy Kuska with Civic Media Sports.
On your entertainment beat, I'm Pete Schwaba. Standing ovations are not uncommon at film festivals, but a 9-minute standing ovation is. That's how long the crowd at the Venice Film Festival clapped for Daniel Craig after his performance in a movie called Queer. The film is based on beat writer William Burroughs' novel from 1985. Craig plays an American expat living amongst a small group of Americans in Mexico who starts a relationship with Stark's character. The film is scheduled for release in the U.S. on October 6th. The new season of Dancing with the Stars is right around the corner. Some of the stars that will be dancing, as revealed on Good Morning America, include 90210's Tori Spelling, former NBA player Dwight Howard, kind of a reach, Pretty Little Liars' Chandler Kinney, Bachelorette star Jen Tran, model Brooks Nader, and actor Eric Roberts. Finally, a reason to watch Dancing with the Stars. Season 33 of the show premieres September 17th on ABC. Michael Douglas would like his real name back, which is Michael Douglas. 50 years ago, when a young Michael John Douglas, now known as Michael Keaton, burst onto the Hollywood scene, his name was already taken with the Screen Actors Guild by Nepo baby Michael Douglas of Wall Street fame. Now, according to People magazine, Keaton wants it back, or at least a derivation thereof. The Beetlejuice star from now on plans to go by Michael Keaton Douglas. The grieving process appears to be over for the band Linkin Park, 7 years after the death of lead singer Chester Bennington. The band has a new lead singer, new material, and a tour in the works. Replacing Bennington on vocals will be Emily Armstrong, formerly of the band Dead Sarah. Chester Bennington took his own life in 2017. Linkin Park's new album is expected to drop November 15th of this year. In Jeff Bridges is one of the coolest guys ever news, Jeff Bridges is one of the coolest guys ever. Aside from having an excellent reputation as an actor and overall cool dude, yes, that's a reference to The Big Lebowski, actress Winona Ryder said Bridges refused to kiss her during her audition for the film Fearless. The Stranger Things actress said at the time Bridges was 43 years old and she was 21 years old. Bridges said he didn't want to kiss her because she was the age of his daughter. Further expanding his legend of coolness, Rosie Perez, who appeared in Fearless opposite Bridges, was worried she would not get cast because of the interracial element. Perez says Bridges went to bat for her, and she not only ended up getting the part, but drew an Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actress. Ryder is a 2-time Oscar nominee herself. Her most recent film, Beetlejuice, opened up this past weekend, and as far as Jeff Bridges goes, the dude abides. For more showbiz fun, tune in to Nightlight with me, Pete Schwaba, weeknights from 6 to 8 p.m. on the Civic Media Radio Network.
It is going to be mostly sunny today with a high in the upper 70s to low 80s this afternoon. Tonight, mostly clear. We'll drop into the mid-50s tomorrow. Almost exactly like today. Sunshine, upper 70s to low 80s. I'm meteorologist Sean Cable. Right now, it's 57.